Hey friends, welcome to Surviving Tomorrow, a podcast, newsletter, and publication that helps you navigate life in an age of democratic destruction, ecological collapse, and economic irrelevance. Available for free on Substack, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Facebook, and YouTube. I am Jared A. Brock. November 20th. The president's lawyer creates a 6-step plan for Vice President Mike Pence to overturn the election, called the Eastman Memo. November 7th, 2020. Joseph R. Biden is elected president of the United States. Vice President Pence and enough Republicans decide against executing the Eastman coup d'etat. Donald Trump's team begins working to ensure it won't happen again. January 2021 to October 2022. With 2/3 of Republicans still believing the election stolen, Donald Trump systemically purges the Republican Party of anyone who didn't back him in his coup attempt or publicly state that the 2020 election was stolen from him. He also purges the 10 Republican members of Congress who voted for his impeachment. November 8th, 2022. Republicans retake key governorships and the House because Democrats don't bother to show up at the midterm polls like always. Republican state legislatures immediately start changing election laws, further gerrymandering districts, making it harder for Democrat-likely voters to vote, and allowing Republican-held chambers to certify the election results instead of independent bodies. January 7th, 2023. Donald Trump's Facebook ban expires. Mark Zuckerberg does the right thing for shareholders and reinstates the former president, who immediately announces he'll run for president in 2024. Winter-spring 2024. Donald Trump hosts huge maskless rallies across the country, while Democrats still do most of theirs online. One base gets fired up and ready for war. March 5th, 2024, Super Tuesday. Donald Trump already has his Republican Party nomination on lock and is cruising to an easy victory. All other candidates are simply angling for a seat at his table. Summer 2024. Democrats once again block real contenders like Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren and put forward another corporate-captured, middling candidate at their quote-unquote Democratic National Convention. It does not matter who they put forward because this person will not win. Donald Trump wins the Republican nomination. Fall 2024. The Dems run a Dem Standard campaign, filling their little bellies with stress, but hoping and believing, but not praying, that the polls giving them a slight edge will actually prove true come election night. November 5th, 2024. Election Day. Donald Trump loses the election by the narrowest of margins. November 6th, 2024, day after the election. Donald Trump announces he won the election and calls his estate attorney generals to overthrow Democratic votes, find a few extra Republican votes, and pick sympathetic fake electors to certify the election in his favor. Facebook does the quote-unquote right thing and rebans Trump, swearing this time it's for good. December 16th, 2024. The electors gather in the respective state capitals to vote for president and vice president. Several states have voted Democrat, but their Republican-held legislatures send bogus electors to swing the election to Trump. January 6th, 2025. The electoral votes are formally counted before a joint session of Congress. The President of the Senate, Kamala Harris, faces the same choice faced by Mike Pence, whether or not to throw out phony election results. And she does, because they are. January 7th, 2025. Hundreds of thousands of Republicans flood into Washington with more anger and more weaponry than last time. Protests, demonstrations, and Antifa versus the Tea Party battles break out in major cities across the nation. The economy spasms and the stock market freaks. January 19th, 2025. Joe Biden faces enormous pressure to call in the National Guard to quell the coup before he is no longer in charge of the military. January 20th, 2025, Inauguration Day. 2 presumptive presidents show up to be sworn in as the 47th president of the United States that has never been so divided since the Civil War. This is what happens when you let a republic turn into a corporatist oligarchy instead of a real democracy. Both parties practice non-stop gerrymandering, partisan politics, insider trading, and dark money campaign finance, all for the benefit of private corporate interests, not widespread well-being. I've said it before, and I will say it until the day I die. Democracy is too precious a thing to entrust to politicians. And there's only one way out of this mess. Stop voting for corporate captured Democrats and Republicans and start voting with your dollars. We've got 12 fiscal quarters to bankrupt the corporate powers who select the people who lead the United States of America. Spread the word. Thanks for listening to Surviving Tomorrow. Please share this episode by email and social media so we can grow our community of resistors. We are listener supported, so if you'd like to get involved, please visit jaredbrock.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.